Guys, my name is Abeera Adnan and today I want to tell you a bedtime story. The Boy and the Giant Warrior. A long time ago, there lived a boy. He was the youngest in his family. From the time he was very young, he worked alongside his older brothers. He went with them into the fields to help guard father's flocks. He climbed the rugged hills and leaped across the rocky streams that wandered through the valleys. The boy grew strong and brave. He developed a good arm and could hit difficult targets with his sling. He was happy, sometimes played his harp as he watched his family's sheep. In fact, Boy became such a good harpist that he was sometimes invited to perform at the court of the king. Sometimes a lion or a bear would try to take lamb from the flock. If the boy was on guard, he would chase the beast and beat it until it dropped the lamb. And if the wild animal turned on him, he would stand up to it. Sometimes it killed. Just a few years later, the armies of rival nations had assembled with the intention of overpowering the people of his land, forcing them out of their homes and lands and making them slaves. There was great fear. Wild and frightening stories abounded about the quinces of ferocious warriors and enemies at our army. Each day before battle, the soldiers of King Army knelt and prayed to their gods so he might be protected them. Boy's three oldest brothers fought with their king, but the boy's duty, they said, was to remain with his father and guard the flock. 40 anxious days passed. Boy's father wanted some news. My son, please go to the camp, take this bread to your brothers, and find out what is going on. Tears poured down his wrinkled old face as he watched his youngest son, the boy, depart towards the fields of battle. The boy found the enemy armies camped on the top of two hills, facing each other. The noise was overwhelming. He jostled his way through the ranks, trying to find his brothers. Boy has just finished greeting his brothers when a single enemy soldier came down from the hill opposite. The army of the boy king fell silent. A powerful voice broke the silence and leveled a challenge. Who will fight me? Thundered the huge warrior. All stood frozen with fright. That enemy is a great warrior, whispered Boy's older brother. He is the greatest and the most violent of all the warriors. Every day he challenges us to send forth a man to stand against him. No one here has the courage to meet the giant 1-2-1. What? Exclaimed Boy. Will no man stand against him? How can this be? Our God will give us all we require for victory. You should know this, my brother. I will fight him myself. Boy's brother was annoyed. Go home to your father, he said. Your job is to mind the flocks. This is no place for you. Meanwhile, soldiers standing near the brothers had heard Boy's voice. They hurried to King's tent and informed him of all that Boy had said. The king was hopeful that finally he might have someone willing and able to face the horrible giant warrior. Bring that boy to me, commanded the king. When the king saw that the bold man was in fact a young boy, he tried to change Boy's mind. This battle's for a soldier who is strong, courageous, experienced, and wise. It will be a trail of these qualities. Alas, we have no man at this time who gives himself any chance against such a giant and strongest warrior, moaned the king. Boy, I admire your courage, and from the bottom of my heart I thank you. Nevertheless, this duel is not for you. Boy stood his ground and told the king he had earlier defeated lions and bears. Our God, who supported me against these vile beasts, will also save me from this giant, said the boy, conviction ringing in his voice. Moved by the strength of boy's faith, King responded, Go then, and God be with you. The king commanded that his own armor and sword be brought for boy to wear. But he who knew in his heart that people must fight their own battles in their own way, graciously refused and said, I'm not inexperienced in the use of armor and the sword. I cannot use these. The boy left the king's armor and took up instead his own familiar stuff. He gathered also his shepherd's bag and sling. Soldiers watched in fear as he left the safety of king's camp, but he ran lightly. A plan had already formed in his mind. He came to a stream and bent down. He selected 5 smooth stones and dropped them into his bag. A hush descended on the 2 camps. All eyes turned towards the young boy. Then giant warriors stepped forward to meet him. Then the warrior saw how young boy was. He scoffed. You, boy, do you think you can beat me with that stick? He waited for the answer. Do you think I'm a dog? He roared. The earth seemed to shake, but the boy felt confident. Without boasting, he called out for all to hear. This will be your final battle, monster! Enraged by the boy's defiance, the warrior strode towards boy, waving his enormous sword. The boy's stones, carefully placed into his sling and with all the strength he could gather, hurled it at the enemy's giant warrior. The huge body of the warrior tottered, swayed, and crushed to the ground. How could this be? The boy's expert eye had targeted the exact spot where his enemy's forehead was exposed beneath his great bronze helmet. While the warrior lay stunned, the boy seized the giant's own sword and, with one swift blow, put an end to the mighty fighter. The courageous warrior of the enemy had been killed by a young boy. Oh, I don't know what will happen next. Shocked by his expected occurrence, the enemy's army turned and ran. King was amazed by what he had witnessed. I wish you to live no more at your father's house, but instead to come to my court. The boy went and soon became the best friend of the king's son. In time, the boy was given command over one of the king's armies. He was widely honored for his bravery, his achievement. Eventually, the boy became king of all that region. Hope you guys like this story. Please subscribe my channel, like it, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you will be notified and be the first one to watch Creative World videos. Thank you. Bye.